Hi, my name is Mike, and today I've got no message to share, just some interesting articles to read. One is about the one world religion. I just want to read for you from the Peace Palace, Peace and Justice site. It says here, Declaration of Friendship Across Religions is the title. A news item from the 26th of 9, 2018. But it's also linked to something that's coming very soon. Let me just read it. World's most prominent religious leaders invited to the Peace Palace in The Hague to combat division, hatred, and intolerance. Historical declaration of friendship across religions in the making. Wednesday, September 26, 2018, at the Peace Palace in The Hague. The Carnegie Foundation and the larger Interfaith Institute announced that a declaration of friendship across religions intending to foster peace is in the making. Prominent religious leaders of the various faiths in the world will be invited to sign the declaration at a historic summit at the Peace Palace in June 2020. The declaration aims to counter division, hatred, and intolerance between people of different religions by promoting friendship between members of diverse faiths. While most teachings emphasize friendship within the declaration aims to extend that also to religious leaders from the Muslim, Buddhist, Hindu, Sikh, Christian, and Jewish traditions have already given their first positive reactions, among them the Vatican and Pope Francis, who sympathize with the idea of the declaration. Director of the Peace Palace, Eric de Bertuz, said that the summit in the Netherlands will be a huge undertaking that will require the necessary cooperation by crafting the declaration as an even more complicated and delicate matter that follows a careful, interactive process supported by experts from the Elijah Interfaith Institute. And it goes on a bit more there, but I'll leave with a link to that article. And also, they've done even a video about it as well. Let me just show you.
As the march towards the New World Order continues, the one world religion is standing up. Here we go.
We are called, as we like to say, to look into one another's eyes in order to see more deeply and in order to recognize the beauty of God in every living human being.
Our advice is to make friends to followers of all religions.
Muy importante porque mi vida religiosa se enriqueció con explicaciones de él. Se enriqueció muchísimo, ¿no? Y supongo que también algunas mías, ¿no? Bueno.
Fue nuestra vocación religiosa la que propició el que nos encontremos en la vida.
No matter from which side of the mountain you are climbing, we should be helping each other so that we can all get to the same place. So there is need for people to make friends.
وأن نبحث عن أوجه الخلافات التي تختص بكل طائفة عن الأخرى.
Personal contact, personal friendship. Then we can exchange deeper level of experience.
Honor other religions like you do your own.
We need to get together and know one another, just to discover and explore those commonalities.
That starts a process where prejudices go away, where new insights are born, and where basically hope is born.
It's not complicated. I would say to everyone, start with sharing what we all share. which is the pleasure of conversation.
One of the wonderful things about spending time with people completely unlike you is you discover how much you have in common. The same fears, the same hopes, the same concerns.
I think I'll keep it very simple. It's probably time to talk less, listen more.
അങ്ങനെ വിശ്വസൗഹാർദ്ദ ഒരു യാഥാർത്ഥ്യമാകട്ടെ.
Right, and that's the end of that video. Right, also another article I want to bring your attention to is in Sweden lately, people have been embedded with microchips under their skin. Here's the article from Futurism.com. RIP wallets implanted microchips are here to stay. Wallets are such a bother, they flop around your pocket or purse, swelling as they munch on rarely used loyalty cards and superstitious receipts. But we're living in a future now. Why do we still have to lug around several different credit cards or keys or irritating doors to the car and the office when technology has far surpassed the need for any of them? Lots of people are moving to store these sorts of things in their smartphones, of course, using services like Apple Pay and smart locks, but phones can be lost and hacked, so a growing number of people, including, for whatever reasons, about 3,000 Swedes, are opting for something even more invasive and arguably practically a surgically inserted microchip. The chip itself essentially acts as a digital keychain. NFC, near field communication, is a way of sending information wirelessly from a passive chip to a reader, but only when they are about 4 centimeters apart. You might have heard of the radio frequency identification, or the RFID. NFC is a more sophisticated form of it. A chip in the hand can help people do things like sign into the gym, unlock doors to cars and offices, and make credit card payments. Over time, as the technology progresses, the implant will be able to do even more. The technology itself is not new. In fact, Swedes and others have been using microchips this way since at least 2015. Even before then, groups of people have been meeting at implant parties, often organised by larger companies to hook themselves up, and the chips are similar to the ones veterinarians implant in dogs and cats so that their owners can find them in case they run away. This is like a picture of that chip. But now people who get the implant aren't countercultural biohackers, they're the everyman. This is especially true in Sweden, where these chips are so mainstream that since June 2017, people have been able to buy train tickets with their microchips. More bodies equipped with microchips doesn't necessarily sound like good news to everyone. However, NFC chips right now below the skin give corporations a fair amount of control over you. They can track where you are, how long you take for lunch every day, or how many times you went to the bathroom. If the chip was scanned by a reader, and since most chips are offered through big companies, it's just a matter of time until this happens. And opting out of this kind of data collection is a lot more convoluted when you've got a chip implanted in your body tissue. If you want to go off the grid in even the smallest way, we can leave your wallet at home, but removing a microchip requires more effort. And then there's the obvious data security concerns. No internet connection data, no matter how secure it may seem, is safe. Even NFC can be hacked with the use of a specialized reader and a lot of coding skills. So it talks about that. So this sort of technology is sort of becoming more and more available. And there's also another one as well where you see someone getting a chip inside his hand as well. Swedes are getting implants in their hands to replace cash and credit cards. Thousands of people in Sweden are having futuristic microchips implanted into their skin to carry out everyday activities and replace credit cards and cash. More than 4,000 people already had the sci-fi chips, about the size of a grain of rice, inserted into their hands, with the pioneers predicting millions will soon join them as they hope to take it global. I'll leave that there and leave the link for that as well. So all this sort of thing is coming about, just as it said in the book of Revelation, chapter 13. And let me read that to you. Verse 1 onwards. The dragon stood on the shore of the sea, and I saw a beast come out of the sea. It had 10 horns and 7 heads, with 10 crowns on its horns, and on each head a blasphemous name. The beast I saw resembled a leopard, but had the feet like those of a bear and the mouth like a lion. The dragon gave the beast his power and his throne and great authority. One of the heads of the beast seemed to have a fatal wound, but the fatal wound had been healed. The whole world was filled with wonder and followed the beast. People worshipped the dragon because he had given authority to the beast, and they also worshipped the beast and asked, "Who is like the beast? Who can wage war against it?" The beast was given a mouth to utter proud words and blasphemies and to exercise its authority for 42 months. It opened its mouth to blaspheme God and to slander his name and his dwelling place and those who live in heaven. It was given power to wage war against God's holy people and to conquer them. It was given authority over every tribe, people, language and nation. All inhabitants of the earth will worship the beast, all those whose names have not been written in the Lamb's book of life. The Lamb who was slain from the creation of the world. Whoever has ears, let them hear. If anyone is to go into captivity they will go. If anyone is to be killed, but with a sword they will be killed. This calls for the patient endurance and faithfulness on the part of God's people. Then I saw a second beast coming out of the earth. It had 2 horns like a lamb, but it spoke like a dragon. It exercised all the authority of the first beast on its behalf, and made the earth and its inhabitants worship the first beast, whose fatal wound had been healed, and it performed great signs, even causing fire to come down from heaven to the earth in full view of the people. Because of the signs it was given power to perform on behalf of the first beast. It deceived the inhabitants of the earth. It ordered them to set up an image in honor of the beast who was wounded by the sword and yet lived. The second beast was given power to give breath to the image of the first beast, so the image could speak and cause all who refused to worship the image to be killed. It also forced all people, great and small, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hands or on their foreheads, so that they could not buy or sell unless they had the mark, which is the name of the beast or the number of its name. This calls for wisdom. Let the person who has insight calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. That number is 666. And I'm going to leave it now with a encouraging video and say, anyone out there hasn't come to Lord Jesus, please do so in prayer and repentance. God bless you all. Bye-bye. Here's the video.
Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. But he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. To him the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice. And he calleth his own sheep by name, and leadeth them out. And when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. And the stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him, for they know not the voice of strangers. Verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture. The thief cometh not but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. But he that is an hireling, and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming, and leaveth the sheep, and fleeth. The wolf catcheth them, and scattereth the sheep. The hireling fleeth because he is an hireling, and careth not for the sheep. I am the good shepherd, and know my sheep, and am known of mine. As the Father knoweth me, even so know I the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep. And other sheep I have which are not of this fold. Them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice. And there shall be one fold, and one shepherd. Therefore doth my Father love me, because I lay down my life, that I may take it again. No man taketh my life, but I lay it down of myself. I have power to lay it down, and I have power to take it again. This commandment have I received of my Father.